Welcome to the Sphere Arena. Today, when you see these faces, it's all about politics. My name is Ephraim Juma.
And I am Francis Moore.
So today we have some very controversial topics on politics. Some of the events that have happened this week. One is the sacking of Justin Muturi, the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, and the mini reshuffle of cabinet ministries. Some cabinet ministers have been reshuffled and 2 appointed and 2 nominated. So those are some of the topics we are going to talk about today. And Frank, what do you think about the sacking of Justin Muturi as the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service?
I think we expected the sacking of Muturi earlier. It even took time because since the Gen Z revolution, Muturi had this idea that his son was abducted by the government. And he even had a press briefing saying that he called the NIS boss.
No, he called President Ruto to call the NIS boss.
Yeah, of course. And the son was released. So to me, it's something he has been fighting. Yet he was in the government during that period. So we expected the sacking of Muturi earlier. So it took a bit of time. I think President Ruto was looking whether he can change and stuff. You know, he doesn't have that grip of Mount Kenya. So he needs those Mount Kenya leaders to be in his cabinet. So the sacking, I think he saw like Muturi won't change. And the more he kept him, the more he was becoming a thorn to his government. Yes. And I think he finally decided to sack him. Yeah.
You know, before President Ruto, before he sacks you or does anything to you, he normally keeps quiet for a long time.
Yeah.
Even before he sacked, before he, of course, orchestrated the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, he kept quiet for a long time after Rigathi Gachagua accused the government talking a lot of nonsense about the government. Yes. Before that, he came and said Rigathi Gachagua is incompetent, right? And he came again and said the other day at the Iftar dinner that I had a fairly incompetent Attorney General.
Yeah.
My question is, why will you appoint people in government who are incompetent to serve in your cabinet, in your cabinet, or even as your legal advisors? Because as the Attorney General, you are the legal advisor to the President.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, the senior most legal advisor. My question is, why will you appoint incompetent when you know they're incompetent? As a president?
I think he was trying to give them a chance to prove themselves. And I don't think whether Justin Muturi was incompetent, because if I saw the statistics, it's almost 100% of the cases concerning the government. Around was 1,500 and something out of 1,500. It was, let's say, a difference of 50 cases. So if you refer incompetent to that, I think you should show us what you refer to competence. Because if you can do such work and you are later termed as incompetent,
yes,
there's a problem somewhere. But I don't think this was either incompetent or competent issues. It was about political matters. And if at all, he saw him as a disturbing figure to his government, because each and every day he was maybe pointing out mistakes to his government, and I think it wasn't going the right side to the President Ruto.
And you know, William Ruto is a shrewd politician.
Yes.
In terms of appointments and how he plays his politics, I can 100% say that if you want to pursue politics in this country, you have to study William Ruto and Raila Odinga, because William Ruto is by far the most successful politician in this country, as far as winning elections is concerned and running politics in this country, because William Ruto is not a leader. For being a leader, I don't think he's a leader, but in running politics, William Ruto is by far the best. So when you look at the reshuffles that William Ruto has made in cabinet reshuffles that is made in recent times, so it started when the Gen Z took to the streets of Nairobi to
revolt the finance bill.
Yes, to complain about the finance bill and many other things like corruption, bad governance, incompetence. My question is Ruto sacking cabinet secretaries, or is he reshuffling them? Because he came and announced on TV in June that I've made a decision to sack all cabinet, to dissolve the cabinet. But then after 1 month or two, he comes back and brings the same cabinet ministers,
But in different dockets.
Yeah. What do you think, Ruto? What do you think is the game Ruto is playing here?
I think they are his key figures in the cabinet, and if it's not a contract that he has with them, it looks like it's some promise he has made with his cabinet secretaries. Because how can you tell me someone like Kipchumba Murkomen,
Yes.
who was first of all disowned by Gen Z, and they say that they don't want him back.
Yes.
Yet he came back and was even given a senior most docket. We have people like in Duale, they have been there, the CS for health who was replaced. I think somebody Barasa.
Yeah.
They were in different dockets, but they were yet replaced. So I think it's like an agreement that if I'm the president, I have to award you something. Either way, you have to be in the government too. And so it's not about like I'm dissolving the cabinet and I'm continuing people. No, I'm dissolving the cabinet to reward my own people.
That's true. I think in playing politics, Ruto is playing survival politics. In politics, you have to survive. You know, Ruto survived in politics from 1997 as an MP in Eldoret North, 2007 Minister of Agriculture, 2013 Deputy President, and even survived a combination of Uhuru Kenyatta and two dynasties, the Odinga and the Kenyatta family. The thing is, for Ruto to survive these tumultuous times that are coming in 2027, he has to keep his friends that have deep pockets, that have got serious money to fuel his campaigns. So when you look at people like Chirchir, when you look at people like Aden Barrett Duale, when you look at people like Moses Kuria, when you look at people like Kipchumba Murkomen, look at people like so now for him to survive people after like the Gen Z protests, he brought Raila Odinga. He doesn't like Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga doesn't like him. They don't even care about each other. But he has to bring him closer so that he can take the 20, because in 2027 it's a done deal. As long as Raila Odinga is on the side of William Ruto, it's a done deal. He has brought Joho inside, he has brought Oparanya inside, he has brought the other people. So what matters here is, are you influential or are you crucial to my presidential
bid in 2027,
my re-election? And if you're not crucial, you're sacked. Now someone like Aisha Jumwa, she's not crucial for as long as he has Joho in cost,
and even
he doesn't need Aisha Jumwa,
the national
right?
Speaker,
Amason Kingi. So he has that. Now, when you look at the CS Health that was sacked, she was brought back. I think Ruto was merciful. What's her name? She comes from Bungoma, Nahumicha. She's not crucial. She doesn't have votes. She's not influential. She was sacked. Ruto brings in people that he knows are going to help him in 2027. If you have Joho, you have the cost. Joho and Raila, cost. If you have Raila, you have Nyanza. And if you have Oparanya and the rest of these people who are friends of Raila, you have Western Province. So Ruto is playing survival politics to make sure that in 2027 he has locked all the region except the mountain, of which
he's also planning
to take. You know, politics is about survival. And if Rigathi Gachagua comes to his senses, he'll realize that in 2027, as long as Raila Odinga is teaming up with William Ruto, he has to join them or suffer. Because
he alone he can't.
Even if he comes and joins forces with Kalonzo, joins forces with Matiang'i, they can't. The reason I say this is because Kenyan politics is tribal. At the basic levels of politics, it's tribal. When you're on Twitter, you'll see some intellectuals trying to talk about how we should run this country, how William Ruto and the rest of these guys should run this country, and how we should remove them and put people like Matiang'i and the former Chief Justice Maraga. Those are intellectuals. They are few. Most people who vote are ignorant. And they're in these areas where Ruto just comes and says, tumeshukisha unga, and they vote. So I want to ask you a question. What do you think is the reason for Ruto replacing Muturi with Ruki?
I think, first of all, I wanted to maintain the position for the Mount Kenya guy, because Muturi comes from Embu, Ruki comes from Meru. So either way, he was trying to have someone from Mount Kenya. And I think next week, starting on Monday, will be around those Mount Kenya areas. So at all, he will defend himself saying, Muturi wasn't good, but I replaced him with one of your sons to win those minds of people from Embu, Meru, and Mount Kenya people.
These are my thoughts. I think Ruto is a boss. Ruto wants to create a by-election in Mbeere North constituency.
Oh, to say.
Ruto wants to create a by-election to see if he still has the power in Mount Kenya. So he's testing Rigathi Gachagua. So he wants to see, can I really flex my muscles, my political muscles in Mount Kenya and win? And if he can win, Rigathi Gachagua should
think of something like.
Yes, he should prepare. He should be worried because if William Ruto brings a by-election, remember in Kiambaa in 20, I don't know if it was in 2020 or 2018, 2019, when he was the deputy president and there was a handshake, and so he formed a party called UDA,
and they won.
And he went for a by-election in Kiambaa and won. And that's when people were like, oh, so Ruto is influential in Mount Kenya. So Ruto wants to see if he can still flex his political muscles in Mount Kenya. I think that's why he sacked, because sacking Muturi or not sacking him, Muturi making noise is just an empty vessel. No one listens to him. No one takes what he says seriously.
Have that popularity.
So what he wants to do is, I'm removing an MP from Mbeere North called Ruku and giving him the cabinet ministry position and creating a by-election to make sure that I have one person from UDA running for the same position as maybe Rigathi Gachagua will bring his own. And see if he can still win. And if he wins, bro, this guy is coming back in 2027. You should prepare for this guy in 2027.